Hello and welcome back to the cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine and on this channel I do the Spirit Guide Monthly live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. But I also do this, I do pick a card readings, and today's pick a card reading is Yes and No Tarot. There are 5 piles in this. You're going to stop and concentrate, see which one really calls out to you. That will be the message you most meant to receive. Feel free to pick more than one pile if you have more than one questions. At the top of every pile, I'm going to draw from a yes and no oracle deck that will give a definitive answer. Then I'm going to take some tarot cards to clarify, and then the tarot cards are going to reveal what the nature of the question likely is, and I'll draw some oracle cards on that as well. But we're going to try and keep this pretty rapid paced. Take a moment, breathe in, breathe out, open your eyes, and see which pile really kind of calls out to you. That's the message you're most meant to receive. I will see you at the time of your reading. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. We're putting the number 1 over there so that people can easily fast forward to their readings, but there will be timestamps in the description box down below. Zillow Tarot is going to bring us a past, present, and future of your situation. This is the Yes and No Tarot that I was talking about, the Yes and No Oracle. We're going to start out with, what is it for pile number 1? Is it a yes or is it a no? What's this reading going to be about? And then the longer answers, the longer reading will reveal what the nature of the question is. But for those of you just in it for the quick answer, we're going to go for that here. Is it a yes or a no? And hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Oh, wow. That is a definitive no. That is a definitive no. Well, if you want to stick around and find out why that is, we're going to delve into that now. Please don't be too disappointed. And remember, a no at this time does not mean a no forever. It's just whatever you're asking about is you're getting waved off of it pretty hard. Let's find out why. For pile number 1, what's going on with this situation that it is such an emphatic no? Right? Here's the past of the situation. The Sun in reverse. It's a lack of growth. I have the adjustment card in the upright, which is about needing to balance and heal. That's 2 major arcana as well. And then that's the current situation. Whatever's going on, you're still trying to heal. What's this? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to take all of these because they all came out. The Moon in the upright, and then the Magician card in the upright. And I had intended on only taking 1 for each, but here's the thing. It looks like you're working on healing anxiety and a tendency towards depression. There are still things that you need to discover on your path to empowerment. This does appear to be about a manifestation that you're trying to bring into your life. In the past, there is this lack of growth. This is also a card of needing to heal. Now, the Sun's a very positive energy, so even in reverse, it is a tendency to convey good things. The Adjustment card, again, it's that need to balance. It's need to kind of find your equilibrium. The self-regulation that is so important to manifestations that have an enduring quality. Queen of Pentacles in reverse is a lack of stability. It is also one of the cards that I read as being about anxiety. Root chakra work helps this the most. Meditative Mind, Jason Stevenson, Inner Lotus Healing, all great stations for root chakra work, sacral chakra work, etc. The root chakra is one of the things that you can balance on a regular basis and learn breathing techniques around calming anxiety. The Moon in the upright is a card of intuition. It's forces at work beyond your control as well. But it's one of the cards of the goddess energy. And it comes out with the Magician in the upright, which is a card of having control over all elements. You just have a little bit more healing to work. And so the no way is, if you're asking if this is the right timing, no, it's not. And for me, the Adjustment card is one of those cards of timing as well. What I would do is lean in on doing whatever empowerment work it is that you need to do and proceed. Yep, the hourglass, time is of the essence. It's just not time yet. It's just not time yet, according to this particular reading. Let's get an affirmation card. What can they do to try and bring about a better outcome? What can we do to try and bring about a better outcome? 1 and 2 and 3. And I know that getting a no and a yes or no is usually not the best outcome, But remember, the universe does things in the time that is right for us, and sometimes we want things at the wrong time. Acceptance. To have total acceptance of others, I must gain full acceptance of myself, so I will allow myself to live as me, not how I want others to perceive me. Nothing I do is upsetting, embarrassing, or intolerable. I am simply me, and that is good enough. Hey, listen, there's this need for self-acceptance. There's this need for working with what you have, healing the wounds that are within, because we all have them. And then do you move into a more powerful energy? 100%. And I kind of want you to notice you have 4 majors. That's fateful forces at work. Meaning there are big forces at work in your life. If you're being held back from something that you, or somebody that you think you want, remember it's never a punishment to be asked to wait on something. It means that you're more likely to be able to keep it when it comes into your life. But whatever the situation you're asking about at this particular time, it is a solid and a very emphatic no. Let's get going here with some higher love oracle cards. I'm going to take a couple more just to see what's going on here. The higher love oracle card is not just about love and relationships, materialism. Okay, that's probably what the root chakra issue is about. Success and perseverance, craftsmanship. If you happen to be asking about material success, apparently you're still honing your craft a little bit. That is not an insult either. We all have things to learn and to grow. And remember, that whole thing where something takes more time than we wish it to, it honestly is because we don't want something to come in too early before we have the skills and the tools to retain the things that we want. We want things to come in divine timing, and people, hear the phrase divine timing and they can't help but be frustrated. If you have that reaction, it means that you're still trying to develop patience, because divine timing should be like, yeah, no, that's true. Like whenever I've tried to rush a process, I've ended up regretting it. Here we go. Let's get a Soul's Destiny card as well. And then I'm going to get you an archetype card to tell you what you can work on to try and bring about better answers. We have patience. I think that is almost exactly what I just said. You're trying to work on patience, and then the other is purpose. I know what I am here to do. Listen, there is no real indication that this is about a romantic relationship, and there are a couple that say that may be about a material question, about success, about purpose, and you just have a little bit more to go. You have some kind of self-control to master, which that is not an insult either. I'm one of the fiercest people alive. It took me a really long time to be able to self-regulate on that. I have Mother, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life, and then shadow attribute is smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Even though the word patience tends to be greeted like it's an insult, remember, patience is peace. Patience is the cure for anxiety. Patience is the most powerful energy that you can inhabit, and it is the most important thing in manifestation, is knowing that you can bring something to be in a flash and a bang, and it will not be retained in this reality because it's not anchored well enough. Patience is allowing things to be brought in. It's like building a house. You don't want to build it out of something flimsy. You want to build it out of something sturdy, and that involves pouring a foundation and letting it dry. Engineering is part of endurance, particularly around magic as well. Group number 1, a very definitive no on that, but you were given a lot of information about what to work on in order to have your next yes and no question be a resounding yes, if that's what you wanted. Every now and then somebody wants a no, but in this particular instance, we got an emphatic no way. Thanks so much for joining me. Please don't be disheartened. You were given information about what you can heal, work on your root chakra, work on breathing techniques to develop patience. Take care. Be well. Welcome back. If you chose file number 2, this is your reading. We're putting the number 2 over there so that people can easily fast forward to their reading. Hello, Mr. 2. There. There will be timestamps in the description box down below as well. All right, so this is an oracle deck that is just about yes and no answers. We're going to draw from that first. We're going to get the yes or the no answer. Then I'm going to pull on the past, present, and future of the situation. Then we're going to get some oracle cards to give you some advice about what to do going forward to improve your outcomes. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Let's go. Is it a yes or is it a no for pile number 2? Yes or no for pile number 2? 1 and 2 and 3. All right, let's put it down, cut. See what we can find. Surely not. Wow, okay. That again, an emphatic no. Listen, every now and then people want a no in these situations, but in this instance, it's almost like it's saying something's not good for you. The Nine of Swords in reverse is kind of putting something to rest sometimes. The Witch's Tarot is bringing us more. Let's go, let's go. What do we got for file number 2? Can you tell me more about this situation? I'll go ahead and I think I will take 5 cards for this one as well because the first deck had spit out 5, so we're going to use 5. I have the Ten of Wands in reverse, which is letting something go. With the Strength card in the upright, that's the Leo card. It's also the card of compassion, self-compassion as well. It's overcoming obstacles. It's triumph over adversity. With the Six of Cups in reverse, which is a relationship from the past or to the past that has eroded or degraded your energy. And then I have the Knight of Cups in reverse, which is an energy of self-love, of a relationship that doesn't contain the right aspects for a romantic relationship. Now, it may be at this time or it may be all together. I really am not sure. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull from the energy deck to see if there's anything that I know about this. Listen, it's just saying for right now, you need to put something to rest. You need to release the burden. The Strength card in the upright is also looking within and healing your own wounds, apparently from the past, and practicing self-love, only accepting the people in your life who treat you properly. We have the Woman holding a heart. This might be you're asking about a romantic relationship. Listen, make sure that somebody has treated you in a way that is truly worthy of you. I just have this, I just have this kind of, I almost want to say non-action energy in the past. You got the Angel of Strength as well. Now, that is about knowing how strong you are within. That is about kind of looking within and finding your fortitude, your ability to endure, the ability to sometimes go it alone until it's time to have somebody else by your side. If you're asking about a romantic relationship, then what it's saying is that it's better to let go and work on healing and becoming strong. Examine your relationships in the past because it looks like you gave more than you were given. The Knight of Cups, it can be a romantically drained energy. It's also, again, for me, one of the cards about self-love, about treating yourself appropriately. The relationship in the past really might have something to do with your mom, with that woman holding a heart energy. Remember, most of our relationship dynamics are actually formed in childhood, and it's completely normal and natural to have to heal a few things. Let's get a fortune card. If you have to, somebody should express interest. Somebody should be reciprocal in relationships. No one's worth winning. They should want to be by your side. I have fire. Reckless actions lead to conflict. I want one more on that. Revelry and indulgence, the satire as well. It also looks like learning how to really find enjoyment in life is one of the keys. Is that you're looking for an event or a set of circumstances to bring you happiness. And the cards are kind of saying, you know what? That's not really how happiness works. We look around and we find the things in our life that add to it. And there is always something. I mean, if you have a bed to sleep in, that's something. And if you have enough to eat, that's something. And those are some things that other people don't have. Don't take them for granted just because you've always had them, kind of thing. We have playful. That's an energy that I'm getting more and more. Revelry and indulgence. Most outgrows certain behaviors from childhood, but I give myself permission to cherish my curiosity and wonder. To find magic in the mundane is a spectacular power. The world is not all black and white. for there is color everywhere I look. Listen, kind of what I'm getting here is if this is about a romantic relationship, you're looking to a romantic relationship to make you happy. And remember, if somebody else makes us happy, they have a lot of control over our happiness overall. When they say nobody else can make you happy, it's true. They can in the short term, but sooner or later, everybody's got their own path. Everybody's got their own work. Our happiness has to start as an interior thing, and it can be expanded and added to by somebody else. But truly, nobody ever comes along and kind of rescues us from unhappiness except for us. Let's get a higher love oracle card, because I get the feeling this might be about a love. And I'm going to get a messages of love oracle card. And what's telling me that? Difficult relationships from the past and the need for self-love. Okay, that guy stayed behind, so we'll just go, oh, look who stayed behind here. Union of two souls, significant love relationship, soulmate. And then I have decision making, new opportunities, old friends, good memories. If you're asking about a person, the surely not, remember, self-respect, self-love, these are all some of the things that inform how people treat us. And it kind of looks like you're being asked to release the need for a relationship just for right now. It's actually never a punishment to be asked to spend some time learning how to be happy by ourselves. And the reason it's so important to do that is quite simply that, hey, if somebody steps out of line, if they're not treating you right, if they're stepping out on you, you can show them where the darn door is, because they're not in charge of making you happy. You're like, I'll just go back to my happy life. Thank you very much. Get out. If somebody does not behave as if you're worth making efforts to keep. Let's go. What else do I have here? I'm going to take a couple more love cards on this because it just appears to be about love. So we're going to get two of these. What do I have for pile number 2? Why is it a surely not? Okay. Go slow, retreat, time alone, or in nature will help you recharge. Hey, listen, pile number 2, it's almost never a welcome message when I'm telling people asking about love. Listen, you're being asked to work on your own stuff. When you get into something, remember, take it slowly. Don't let somebody become your whole world too quickly. It puts too much pressure on a relationship. And it kind of, with this past energy, that looks like something that you maybe need to do a little more work on. And remember, I am the codependency queen, so I totally get it. Work on knowing why you're happy just as you are. Because nobody else really gives us enduring happiness other than our interior world. Let's get some Island Wellness cards and start closing this guy out. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting or hesitation, but not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry. Then I have photograph, looking at you, photographs, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. The Six of Cups in reverse is a nostalgia card as well. Abundance, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. So that thing about knowing what makes you happy and being happy in the life that you have is about gratitude. Living in a grateful energy for all of the great blessings that truly comprise the life, whether or not you have absolutely everything you think you want. And by the way, as you heal, sometimes you can be like, yeah, I want something completely different. Or that person who like ghosted me or didn't pay enough attention to me, it's like, I wouldn't even give them the time of day now because they don't treat me as if I am worth anything and I know my own worth. So there are reasons to take that time to heal within, to find your true strength, to know that you don't need anybody other than you. But for the time being, it is a surely not, and you got a not today. But that isn't the same as saying never. It's just saying there's a little bit of work to be done so that you can truly enjoy what it is you're asking about. Okay? Take care. Be well. Thanks so much for joining me. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. We're putting the number 3 over there so people can easily fast forward to their reading. There are also timestamps in the description box down below. This is an oracle deck that gives just a flat out yes or no answer. We're going to use that first. We're going to use the Barbara Walker Tarot to bring a predictive spread of the past, present, and future. We'll draw some oracle cards about what's going on and potentially what work you need to do to change your outcomes a little bit. Okay, who flipped? All right, don't see it, but I'm going to go ahead because it flipped. It didn't fall. Here we go. Let's see. 1 and 2. Don't see it. That's funny. Here we go. Let's go. What have I got for pile number 3? Is it a yes or is it a no? Let's find out. All right. A clear yes. All right. Well, you got a clear yes, group number 3. That is a good thing. Here we go. Well, hopefully it's a good thing. Let's find out. What's going on here? Tell me what's going on here. All right, I have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Whoa. Well, we're going to be picking things up here. And who came out? All right, there we go. We're taking these guys. Most of the other cards fell down in the downside position, so I won't be taking them. But I'm going to put this one over here because it was flipped and in the upright, so I was able to see it. But here are all your cards that fell out rather emphatically. So the 9 of Swords is like resting easy. Sometimes it's fear of being allayed. Sometimes it is things that you do not need to worry about. In the past, you might have actually put something to rest. You might have let go of something. With the King of Wands in the upright, that's a manifesting energy that is drive and ambition, and it's one of the things of basically manifestations landing as well. Prince of Cups in the upright is often a pleasing offer coming towards you. Sometimes it's a romantic situation. It's often a surprise. I've got the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, which is one of the energies of a gift. It is something being given with no expectation of return. And then this is the Hierophant card. It's the Pope in this particular deck. It used to always be called the Pope. It's the card for Tauruses as well. That is a card of like sturdiness and structure and traditionalism and like things just, it can be banks, it can be courthouses, it can be traditional marriage, it can be a lot of things. We've got this card that I'm going to just call an underlying issue here, which is the need to be patient. Honest to goodness, there's just this energy of like you're doing all the right things. You're doing all the right things. You might want to indulge just a little bit more in your life. Meaning that, remember, we're not just here to be responsible. If you want more revelry, enjoyment, like kind of just really grooving on life, remember you have to take some steps to enjoy it. And it's all well and good to be super responsible, but remember, the state of the world kind of indicates that like many things could and do go wrong sometimes, so make sure you're living a life in balance as well. That could be a life ever so slightly out of balance. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What do I have for group number 3 on their clear yes? You want to tell me what area of the world this is about, what area of their life this is about? 1 and 2 and 3. This is the energy deck. I'm ever so fond of it. It's just one of the best decks. I always start people who are wanting to read out on this one. I have first chakra, Archangel Michael, which is security. Root chakra, the thinking man as well. Okay. Healer of the ages would have been next. All right. So that, by the way, is essentially the energy of the temperance card. I actually really like this. The thinking man, sound judgment. The first chakra, Archangel Michael, is all about being protected and feeling secure. Healer of the ages is like this. These cards are very similar, even in just how they look. It is about healing light coming towards you, being very protected. I like where you are, but the only thing that's giving me the tiniest little bit of pause is be careful, make sure you have reciprocal relationships, but I'm not getting the codependency thing here. What I'm getting is like this energy of kind of cut loose a little bit more sometimes, you know? Just have that little bit more fun. It's almost like you responsible yourself to death sometimes. We have water, emotions are at their peak. 2 fell out, so we're taking 2. The shield, you are safe from harm, we will take that. Oh, they're 3. The wolf, beware who you trust, okay. And then water, emotions are at their peak. I have no warnings around a particular individual. If you've had a difficult relationship past, and this card is indicating a tendency towards giving more than you receive, take it slowly. Take it slowly in new relationships. Remember, it takes about 6 months to really get to know anybody. Before that, they're really on their best behavior. Don't invest too much in new relationships. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. 1 and 2, 3. We're getting a fortune card for you guys as well. I've been using different oracle cards on every pile because they've all had a different focus. All right. Lion. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead confidently. I want one more. I do. Love. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. I just have this kind of, like I said, this need to cut loose around this. This need to, like, don't take something's temperature over and over again. This need to be in a relaxed energy. And a little bit more fun, just a little bit more fun. Let's go ahead and, since this is clearly about love, we'll go get some love cards. What have I got for group number 3 here? What are we talking about? If you're asking about a love relationship, then I've got a clear yes. The King of Wands can be somebody with an ardent interest, and the Prince of Cups can be somebody coming towards you. Leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. And then children. Children are an important part to this partnership. Listen, for me, I hardly ever read these little paragraphs below. I have a tendency to read by the keywords because it's just kind of the way I read. Leap of faith, friendship, and children. This can be an underlying issue card, things that you're trying to heal in order to have your best outcomes. The friendship, this friendship is leading to more. And it's safe to make the move you're considering. Well, you have cards of love. You have cards of like needing to, that Six of Pentacles, see the Six of Pentacles in the upright is everything being in balance. If I'm talking about it in a financial read, it's like, yay, everything's going super well. When I get it with an emotional connotation, it means that something's just a little bit out of balance. And this is a card of faith, but it's also a card of like extreme responsibility because it's about traditionalism as well. So there could be somebody, children has something to do with past life relationships sometimes as well. There could be somebody from the past that you were trying to heal from. You're wondering if it's like there's a new beginning ahead of you. Everything says yes here. Just everything says yes here. Let's get a couple of cookie cards and we'll close this one out because I'm keeping everything as short as humanly possible. Why? Because sometimes, ooh, luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. Then I want one more. Nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for your soul and healing for you. Honest to goodness, that's the only thing. Part of your healing journey, appears to involve the need to learn how to goof off a little bit. Like you have this very regimented kind of energy around achieving things. And remember, it is just very important to enjoy life as well. Life is not a series of responsibilities and tasks to be accomplished. It is a playground. There's something interesting and wonderful in every single day. Don't miss it. Remember, don't just live your life by a checklist. There's just this kind of super hyper responsible energy here. Healthy. Physical health looks different for everyone. Therefore, I will listen to my body and do what is best for it. What works for me may not work for others, and that is okay. And then I have best version. Every day I'm growing into my full potential. Therefore, I'm becoming more intrinsically valuable to the world, extrinsically valuable to the world. So I will walk with arms wide to receive. The challenge is coming my way. I will walk with arms wide to receive. The challenge is coming my way. At this moment, I am the best version of myself, and tomorrow I'll be even better. Things just keep getting better and better for you. But I'm telling you, there's just this energy around try to, like, you know, get those like shoes you've been eyeing up, go to the movies, take some time to really just Stop being so responsible all the time. It is something that you're being asked to heal. And why? I don't know. Maybe it's the way that you felt safe within this world, is always trying to get accomplished what you're meant to. All right, I'm going to take one more card and then we're going to be done for group number 3 with our clear yes. Anything else group number 3 needs to know? 1 and 2. All right, what do we got? Balance and worry. Okay, worry and balance. See, that's what I think it is. I think there is one last vestige to anxiety that you're trying to heal, which is that you try to, like, you don't think of it this way, but that whole thing with being super duper responsible is about trying to ward off difficulty and challenge. And if I just do everything that I'm meant to, then I will be safe and I will be secure. You'll be safe and you'll be secure because you have a lot of protection around you. And think of it as a trust exercise. Think of it as a trust exercise to allow yourself to indulge just that little bit more than you do. And I don't mean in substances, I just mean in frivolity, in playfulness, and sometimes goofing off. And it doesn't mean not meeting your responsibilities, just knowing that maybe there's less time pressure than you think there is sometimes. Okay, take care and be well. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, this is your reading. Putting the number 4 over there. There will be timestamps in the description box down below, but that way people can forward to their readings easily. This is a little oracle deck that just basically has yes and no answers in it. So we're going to start out with a yes or a no answer, and then I'm going to take some tarot cards about the past, present, and future, and then oracle cards about what you can do to improve your outcomes. Let's see what we've got here. Is it yes or is it no for pile number 4, please? Is it yes or is it no for pile number 4? Yes or no for pile number 4, please. 1 and 2 and 3. Let's see what we got. Proceed. Hello. That is encouragement, in fact. Keep going. Proceed with your plans. Let's keep going here. What do we got? That's a clear and open path energy, which I'm digging. Let's go for pile number 4. Can you tell me? Okay. I have the 3 of Cups in reverse as a card of isolation sometimes. Sometimes spend some time by yourself. In a relationship reading, it can be a third-party indicator. That's the past, the situation. I have absolutely no reason to believe that's what's going on here yet. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. This is the Vanessa Tarot, by the way. Super cute. Always enjoy it. I have the 6 of Wands in reverse, which is a blocked journey. Again, we're talking past. We're moving into the present now, which is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, which is being less guarded. Opening up your heart space. Sometimes not like focusing too much on physical security. Remember, there is something more to life than a bank balance. I have the Emperor in reverse. Okay, not my favorite energy. First of all, that can be the Aries card in reverse, but for me, it's also a card of emotional abuse. Sometimes it's a sociopath card. And then I have the 8 of Swords in reverse, which is being free. If you've had a difficult relationship past, it looks like you have done, your progress is great. You've done the work that you're meant to be doing. That proceed is like keep on going. If you felt like you couldn't get to somewhere that was very important to you, you're being asked to trust that it was simply not the right time. Particularly if this is that difficult relationship, and it can be a boss, it can be a partner, it can be somebody who is in your family. You were trying to recover from abuses in the past. Is that the short-term future? A little bit, but like it's walking free from it, so I'm not worried about it. Let's go. Let's get a couple of infinity cards here. What do we got for pile number 4? What else do they need to know about their proceed? Is it with caution or is it with gusto? Let's find out. Okay. Inner strength. Okay. Lot of emphasis on that in this particular read. Take a risk. Interesting. And then closure. Divine masculine. I'm going to take one more. Dark night of the soul. Interesting. Listen, I think the past here really is about having to have healed from a relationship that kind of laid you this tiny bit low. Maybe more than a tiny bit. If your progress has been like, you know, like a snail on Quaaludes type of progress, it really may be that you have more to heal. One of the things I find with people, particularly recovering from abuse, is that they hit these plateaus where things are no longer awful and they know things are better. And they're like, I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed, let's go. There's still more work to do. It's almost like removing layers. And you pause on these landings. You plateau and then you have more climbing to do. I've kind of got that energy here, but the inner strength and take a risk. It's like the past really is entirely behind you. Don't let the past keep you from going towards your future. Like, honest to goodness, if there's something that's holding you back a little bit, make sure you're choosing like staying in one place, because that's that Six of Wands energy as well, for the right reasons. Don't inhibit your own progress. Don Juan spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. The shadow attribute is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. You might have encountered one of those. Then advocate inspires you to put compassion into action. The shadow attribute is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. You simply might have encountered somebody who was in it entirely for themselves. I'm going to take one more on this. Yep. Thief sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or others' power you think you lack. Honest to goodness, that's just a little bit of the energy that I have on this one. Is somebody like might have misused your love, your devotion, your ability to really give. And it's kept you from going forward. Like, you healed your heart space and now you're like, hey, I really am healed, but I'm good. I'm not doing that again. Don't give away a big part of your life to somebody, to the past. If you're different, you'll have different outcomes. If you're really just happy as you are, then like, hey, that's wonderful. But it's the proceed is almost like it's almost an energy of, with this closure, dark night of the soul and divine masculine, sometimes we have to like prod ourselves to move on. World, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. Eagle, you will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. You might not be open to new possibilities and you're being asked to proceed. You're being asked to just remain open. Don't define your future by your past. You did a bunch of work to heal. Let you be the new version of you. Here we go. Let's go 1 and 2. Let's go for an Enduro deck, please. Here we go, 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to go ahead and take messages of love on this because Don Juan, Advocate, and Thief. Somebody either charmed you out of something and you're just a little bit too guarded. We have the Seer, follow your intuition. Hindrance, fate has blocked this path for you. Winds of change, your surroundings will undergo a transition. It almost looks like there's a period that like fate has blocked this path for you. It feels like they're saying what happened in the past won't happen again. Like you did everything to make sure that it wouldn't. Trust that. Trust you. Follow your intuition. Like you can spot a Don Juan and the Thief very easily these days. Just be receptive. Just be receptive to what the universe is trying to bring you. Like there's a clear and open path ahead of you and you're being asked to proceed, to trust that you have the inner strength to overcome. We have a woman holding a coin. And then the whole take a risk thing, like you might just be very risk averse about getting to know new people, having new relationships. Deceit. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, happy family. This stands in for the Devil card, which is the card for codependency. And it is also a card of abusive relationships. Honest to goodness, it just kind of looks like maybe you did a whole bunch of work to heal from heart chakra damage. And that's healed. But like, hey, I don't know how else to put this. Just kind of accept that there's more coming in your life. There's simply more coming in your life. And it's almost like you're, I'm going to use a very clumsy analogy. It's almost like somebody shattered one of your legs. And it hurt like heck when you started walking again, and you limped and you limped and you limped. But you went to all that physical therapy, and now like you walk smoothly. You don't walk with a limp. It doesn't hurt any longer. But you're like, I better not run because I don't want the same thing to happen again. Because I don't want to trip and I don't want to fall. Sometimes the only way to experience the exhilaration and the freedom that healing can bring to us is to allow ourselves to go forward. Whoa. I'm going to go ahead and take that as a sign that these are not the right cards to be taking. I'll take Higher Love Oracle cards instead, because like the entire deck fell out of my hands. All right. Soulmate. Okay. I have, just off camera, as usual, a lot of Oracle cards. And that was the Messages of Love Oracle cards, and it just, I don't know, it didn't feel right. Commitment, marriage, reassessment, end of a learning phase. I want one more. Lasting love and happiness. Group number 4, I don't know where you are in a healing journey. I think you are healing. It may be from a misuse of your love, and you are being told that there are more opportunities coming up for you to have everything, to have the happy family energy, to have the fairy tale. And normally when I'm talking about that, it's all, yay, yippee skippy, hooray. There's something around this where there is a hesitancy on your part, and it's not heartbreak. It's actually kind of the opposite. It's that energy of like, I'm good. Thanks, bud. There's simply more to life than what you're experiencing right now. You've been urged to take a risk, and I don't think you need to do anything. I don't think you need to, like, I don't think like the cards or fate or anything is saying, go sign up for a dating app. Go out with that person they've been trying to set you up with on a blind date with. They're just saying, let yourself keep moving forward and moving on. People don't heal so that they can then live as hermits and monks, you know? Group number 4, what an interesting and somewhat odd message. Thank you so much for joining me. You got the big old proceed as your yes or no. Make sure you're not the person telling yourself no for reasons that are related to something that is in your rearview mirror, okay? Take care. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 5, this is your reading. We're putting 5 over there so that people can easily fast forward to their readings, but there will be timestamps in the description box down below. We're going to have some tarot cards about a past, present, and future, and oracle cards about how to improve outcomes or to clarify the situation, but we're starting out with this little oracle card deck, which is all about yes or no. And before I get started, hey, don't forget to subscribe, please. It helps my channel. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. And if you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. But we're going to find out, is it yes or is it no for pile number 5? Yes or no? 1 and 2. Interesting. Maybe, but probably not. Ask again later. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. It's almost saying it's not the right time. It's like it's saying it's going to be a yes, but it's not the right time. Let's see what we've got if we go, keep going. Thumbs up. It's not the right time. It's a no now and a yes later. All right, well, that was interesting. Maybe, but probably not. Ask again later, thumbs up. Let's find out what's going on here. Intrigue. Let's go for pile number 5. What's going on here? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I just had a big chunk flip. Let's see if they come out on the cut. Nope, they did not. All right, let's see what we've got. 3 of Pentacles in the upright. Working together, collaborative, creative endeavors. Good stability with that, with the 9 of Swords in reverse. That's like sleeping well, good dreams, fears being laid to rest. With the Lovers in the upright, that's the Gemini card. It's also a card of choice. It's the soulmate card as well. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, that can be about economic like instability. It can be, it's a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus card, but it's somebody who's like struggling with their feelings of security. And then I have the Magician in reverse, with that can be a card of sometimes it's a trickster energy. Sometimes it is somebody being manipulative. Sometimes it's a card of simply not having all of your personal power. And that's kind of what I'm getting from these two cards. I went ahead and took you're the only group that got 6 cards on that, just because this one's weird. And the 6 of Cups in the upright is a card of generosity. It can be nostalgia and children and all kinds of things, but it's my favorite soulmate card. Technically, you have 2 soulmate cards. It's like somebody's still working on getting their head on straight. Somebody's still working on getting their head on straight. I don't know exactly what that means. Let's get a fortune card. I've got this energy of like this. I'm going to be completely honest. This all feels like it's about a different person. Like somebody else, whatever it is that you're asking about. There's still work going into, like there's this very fearful energy around something. Could be someone or something. 1 and 2 and 3. Listen, if it's about a relationship and whether or not it's going to progress, it's saying now is not the time to push, but that like going forward, things look good. Black Cat, your luck will soon change. I want one more on that. Fire. Reckless actions lead to conflict. The Mystic Circle, your abilities will be enhanced. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's something or somebody that you're asking about, but it's like somebody misplaced their personal power. That's the easiest way I have of putting it. Like life came along and interfered with the ability to see things in this vibrant and, kind of thriving energy. I get some Enchanted Matte Oracle. I didn't get those for any other group. It's just this one's different. This one's different. It's a bide your time. It's not a yes or a no. It's a, maybe, but not right now type of energy. Ask again later and you'll get a different answer. You'll get the thumbs up. And like, what are you supposed to do in the meantime? Like work on your own stuff. Work on, potentially finding your passions, your interests, your pursuits. Work on exploring your own personal power, particularly if we're asking about anything that could be a twin flame situation, because those have a tendency to haunt my readings for some reason. Remember, when you do your work, that's the easiest way of reaching your twin flame, because you're connected to your energy. And you can't do somebody else's work for them, but if you're doing your work and somebody's connected to you, they feel it. It inspires them. Talisman, wisdom, learning new things. Ghostlands. Solitude, and I want one more. Spirit of place. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. If you're asking about a relationship exterior to you, that person needs to spend some time getting to know them because they've really lost their way. They're like past issues, this Ghostland energy. They need to learn from their past to have a better future. In the meantime, what are you supposed to be doing? Living your best life, having the most fun that you can. But if you're asking about a person, community and protection just dropped out. There's a transformational energy of butterflies with that. Somebody's undergone some changes. Somebody's undergone some changes. That's just the energy I've got on this one. What are you meant to be doing? The only thing is that you have a slight tendency towards depression. Making sure that you have interests, like learning new things might help because it kind of keeps your mind active, keeps you going forward. It's expansive. It's a growth-filled energy. Be kind to yourself. This is the weirdest thing, but I'm clearly like casting around for what am I supposed to say for the person who's asking this. It's like you're good, but whoever it is you're asking about is like lagging behind. Craftsmanship, achievement and success, heavy burden, leave past behind, balanced partnership, legal matters and contracts. If you're asking about a job, apparently now is not the time, but it will be. And what kind of reader am I? Am I a long haul reader? Could this be 5 years from now? No. I always, like, I only look within like a 12-month window on almost anything. Now, will I do long haul readings for people who are like, you know, what's my long-term future? Of course I will. But I have a tendency to concentrate on things that are close in, because really our future is made out of our choices. And if we look at what's going to happen in the short term, we can improve our long-term outcomes by improving the choices that we make, improving what we focus on. This is just saying focus on your own darn life, and apparently kind of like honing your skills in the area that is very purposeful for you. But in terms of another person, like they still got work to do. Inner strength, I swear every group has gotten that. Vivid dreams, okay. That can be one of the meanings of the divine feminine. Isolation with solitude, and I want one more. Self-love, soulmate. I think you're supposed to be concentrating on making your stuff happen. I think this is an area of your life you're being asked to, if you're like, I think I'm ready, and there's this person I'm asking about, they're not. That does not mean that you have to wait for them by any stretch of the imagination. You can go on with your life, you can have new people, you can do whatever you wish. But if you're asking about a person and there's something in this that just kind of feels like you are, that person's simply not ready. They will be at a different time. That's just now, is it within this lifetime? I think so, yeah. I have absolutely no reason to believe it's a different lifetime. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. Mirror, mirroring each other, self-image, relationship reflects our wounds, introspection. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. And then engagement ring, which is engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. This appears to be about a person. And there is a time for it, but the time is not quite yet. And it is not so far away that you need to be in the least distressed. Remember, if you greet the news that it's like, yeah, you'll be by yourself for less than a year. Like that's kind of what the cards are saying. That like, well, when is this going to happen? This is going to differ for everybody, but it's August when I'm filming this. This is a timeless reading. It will be a timeless reading. But I really think it's within the next 4 months. The person you're asking about, it's like they didn't even know they were screwed up. They didn't even understand that part. And so they've lagged behind you. You don't even look like you have that much work to do. Like, just kind of focus on the fire and the interest and the passion of simply being alive and being well. All right, group number 5. That was a bit of a curveball for me, but I liked it kind of a lot. It's more of a no, but it will be yes. So take care. Be well.